Hi from Alicante. You are watching the Female Bodybuilding Channel.
Women's bodybuilding, Empro Pro, and what no one predicted. Nastenka comes in, and she's not in the condition we expected. And Martina comes in and takes her out with a full round muscle bellies, bigger look. Shocker. We go into fourth place. Bronca. Who would have thought Bronca's going to be last place after Toronto, where she got second? Conditioning of the show, shredded to the bone, a little bit fuller than Toronto. The judges did not like it at all, and she placed fourth. Best back double by probably on stage, shredded glutes. Smaller, not as fresh overall appearance because she's older, so the separation is not really there. But Zimmerman, fourth place with conditioning of the show. How did you see that happen? And you prepped her for this.
Of course, I was a bit surprised that it's ended like last place, but when you see like where it goes nowadays with this bodybuilders look, I think what she can definitely improve right now is the posing, like standing, for example, heels together is something you always look smaller. Lift your chest up. You see it in the front relaxed poses, which we show here, which we see here in the call out. That makes her already, as she's a bit tinier, not as big as the other girls, but she's in crazy condition. She was a bit fuller than Toronto, yes, and that make her look even harder. But then, when you don't lift up your chest properly, you have no chance against girls like Martina, Nastenka, also Hagit. She's big. They are big girls. We're talking about open bodybuilding. I don't see that coming, of course, but she needs more size. We talked to the Judge Billy. He said it was okay, it was good. Conditioning wise, of course, it was good, but she needs more size. He didn't see her in WPD, he see her in women's bodybuilding, so she needs to be bigger, of course. Going into third place, Hagit.
Hug it from absolutely last place here in Romania last year, and she's never nailed conditioning before in her life, actually. Comes in, she's a gym owner, prep promoter. She's got a lot of jobs, a lot of things going on. She prepped herself for the entire show. She brings her best ever conditioning for her. She's also she's 50 next year, so she's a little bit younger than Branka. But here she had big volume. She does not have a tired body. She has fuller muscle belly. She was the biggest girl on stage when it comes to like overall, like she's taller, so she takes up more place. She weighs the most. She's like close to 80 kg, and definitely Martina and them are nowhere near 80 kg. Good balance, fresh look, big legs, big back, big glutes. Conditioning not as tight as the other, but in her improved conditioning, the last Zimmerman here took her peak week from Wednesday. I would around Wednesday, Thursday, manipulated some things. Obviously, it's not so much you can do in 3 days, but it helped achieving as hard condition as she could. But it kept a more youthful, fresh look, something that Branca don't have. And it looked like with the combination of size and the freshness, the judges liked that more. And she was big, the absolute biggest in the lineup, and she got rewarded with her first ever money check in women's bodybuilding. And she gotta be excited, but also what I want to know, Zimmerman, what will we do for Portugal? Because now she has 2 weeks to getting better condition.
Hagit is very, very, very good potential in my opinion. She's women's bodybuilding. She has a good waist. She needs to be more streamlined. Also, of course, she needs to be leaner. overall, everything needs to be leaner. Her back was okay. She needs more. She needs to get leaner from the back, of course. Glutes need to come in more, everything, more quad separations. Let's say she needs to drop at least another 4 to 5 pounds. And she's not somebody, I noticed the last 3 or 4 days, who need a lot of carbs. Because you always have these people who spill over easily. Nobody needs like 1,000 grams of carbs, even if we're talking about open bodybuilding when it comes to women. So for being not as lean as she should be going into a pro show, it was a very good condition, I think. And what she need to improve, like I said, overall leaner and a more streamlined look. Now we go into second place, Anastasia Leonova Nastenka, AJ.
So this was obviously a big shocker on female bodybuilding channel. 79% of people had her winning before the show. As Nastenka is known as a top 5 Olympian type of look. She has no flaws when it comes to the physique. Okay, maybe height. Obviously, she could be taller, but for her height, there's no flaws. But at this show, the conditioning wasn't what we've used to seeing. She was a bit flat. I talked to Hafiz. He said that she didn't want to eat that much food. I don't know why that would be, because she was a little bit flat. And she came better for the finals. But the conditioning was not what we expected before. And she actually was a second place. And that was not a shocker after prejudging, because we thought she was going to be better, especially the separation in the hams glutes weren't there like they're there before. That was a shocker.
I think the judges didn't like mainly the lower body, because the upper body is, because of her roundness and her overall appearance, this great back. It's impressive, but when you have like this conditioning on stage in your lower body, quads and glutes, you cannot win Empro, especially when you stand next to Martina Lopez. So I think second place is okay here, because Martina was also very much improved. She's the winner from last year's Empro, so she defends her title, and it was absolutely a great showing of her, because she's also relatively short and brings that density, great posing, great overall look when she steps on stage, when she turns around. I like her posing. She could have been a bit drier, I would say, but it wasn't like the lineup also who was the most conditioned. And for this, she was pretty lean, I would say. So what she can improve also is coming in leaner, but today she was the clear winner for me.
2026 most improved female bodybuilder, Martina Lopez. She made the Olympia, but she was last place there. She did not nail. Their conditioning was off, and I've seen her many times. Conditioning is usually not that good. At this show, the conditioning wasn't crazy, but it was her better conditioning. And since Nastenka didn't bring the condition we used to see, it wasn't really a problem here, the conditioning of Martina, because Nastenka didn't bring the conditioning. So she brought tremendous size, crazy lower body, incredible lower body, crazy round muscle bellies on top, great new size added. She told me she weighs kind of the same as last year, but she's way more denser, and she has better condition than she had last year. It's still not extreme, but a lot of people don't want to see extreme conditioning in women's bodybuilding sometimes. They want to see the bubbly, big muscle. Like, you know, obviously Andrea Shaw has much better conditioning, but as you see, Andrea Shaw is not the most conditioned athlete on the Olympic stage, and she's winning easy. So Martina is not crazy conditioned, but she had the right balance of size, roundness, and conditioning in this lineup to take it. And she had the routine of the night once again, as Martina is the best performer of all routines in women's bodybuilding. Now that Christina Nicole is retired. And she takes it. Two-time Empro Pro winner, most improved female bodybuilder of 2026, and she takes out the total package. Nastenka, some only 19%, 21% before the show voted that they thought that she could do it, and she did it. Congratulations. Crazy round muscle bellies, freaky, good condition. It was good. It was good condition. It wasn't crazy, but it was good enough. And Martina, the giant killer, walks out as the champ here in Empro. Remember to subscribe to the #1 channel in all of women's bodybuilding, the Female Bodybuilding channel.